Okay, good morning, everybody. Oh, if you hear this, Leather and Lace, sorry that we missed you. It was just a last minute thing. At home with some snow, kind of bored, so thought I'd stream and talk to y'all about the latest. Hi, Sky, DBK, Jenny May, Silly Nana. That's the one Robbie loves your name. Hey, Sammy Smith, good morning. Voices, you can clearly see the shadow and the head of one guy. He is definitely not Chris. The second head may be Chris, however. Oh, really? Are we talking about are you talking about the shadow, that whole ponytail shadow thing? Hey, John. Hey, AJ. Hey, Harmarsh. Hey, Simone. Have any of you listened or got the Kindle version of this book and read it at all yet? Hey, AJ. Hey, Julie. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, the letters, I seen the letters because somebody made a posting in the Facebook group. And I'm sorry, but those letters, the one is weird because what I know of what she was supposed to be doing with the book, she went in there under the ruse of writing about Chris's journey with God and being that he found God since he's been in prison. That's what the book was supposed to be about. And yeah, that's not what happened, but I can tell by the letter. But then what stands out to me in the letter too is how he says something like the darkness took my family, or something to the longs of those lines anyway. And it just, again, I don't know why, it just makes me feel like he's talking about something else, almost like he's talking in code, because he's not saying again in there like I did this. He's like, the darkness took my family already from me. What do you mean? You killed your family though, right? Supposedly, allegedly, whatever. Hey, Vero. Hey, Bonita. Evelyn. Tammy Barnes. I love you. Did I miss anyone? Morning, guys. Good grandmother. Hey, Cher. Oh yeah, she's a real good Christian grandmother. Hey, Julie. Hope work goes good. Don't get in trouble for listening. I will try to not cuss then. Try. And I'll put the link in the chat if anyone wants to come up and chat about it. I know Tanya was speed reading through that book. She said in about 2 hours last night. And me, I'm not going to read it because it's same crap, different pile. Keep it clean. Julie's at work. Hey, Nicola. Yeah, if anyone wants to come up here and chat. Hey, little lady Mel. Anyone taking the time to read or listen to the piece of crap that's out? Her second piece of crap? You got your earbuds in. Okay, that's probably good. When you're listening to Cher, don't play her on speaker at work. Oh my goodness, you guys. And I wonder when she'll put the books on shelf. She must be seeing how it will do on just the Audible, I guess, maybe before she goes and tries to sell it all over. Did you, Sky? You read the first 2 chapters? Hi. You can never get that time back. I believe it's like on Amazon, AJ. I do believe. Did I post the link? Okay, there's the link if anyone wants to come up here. I think a lot of the book is speculation. Yeah, because she can't even keep to the same story. Let's be honest. She's now claiming like Tanya is ecstatic. Oh my gosh, we had different opinions at first and now she's at the exact same opinion as me. Yeah, Imagine that. Sherilyn Cadle. Same opinion now as Tanya Hagen. It's no brainer to me. Hey Angela, good morning. But then I know for facts that she's not even sticking to what she apparently has in the book. And I have personal messages between me and her where she tells me, Chris told me Nicole Kessinger was there. Nicole Kessinger has a son with Chris Watts. It's all there. I have the videos with all of that messages to prove what Sherilyn Cadle all told me, that supposedly Chris Watts. So this girl goes around, this grandma goes around and she tells everybody what they want to hear is what she's doing, because she's also going around and the things I've heard that she's saying, I can't even, I shouldn't repeat one of them, but it's bad, the people who she's actually implicating in this crime. It's disturbing. Whatever Amazon would allow you to read for free. Yeah, there's somebody in the Facebook group and they said that I think they put like their link up there so that you guys could use her link to listen to it so no one had to buy it or something. There you go, Sky. So many different versions. Now, if this is the truth now, why didn't she write this piece of crap to begin with? You know what I'm saying? So to me, she's no better than Chris Watts because she's already got different stories herself. She's not making herself look better. She's making herself look worse. In my opinion, of course. Merry Christmas, Nicola. Am I saying that right? It's pretty. Yeah, and then she's going around telling other people that that other people were there, and she's going, yeah, I just can't believe, I mean, she said it on Armchair Detective too. So which theory does she even believe? This is disturbing. She's just another Josh, she's another KK. This is disgusting. It's the one where she has front towards the mirror in her bikini. Really? Yeah, so she's actually told me that as well, Simone. Hello, Shadow Lady.
Hello. Hang on a minute. I need to.
Are you there?
Yeah, sorry, I'm just having to move around about.
Okay.
That's better. Sorry, I have to move everything around.
That's okay.
As I said, I don't really know what's going on with this. I mean, I've been around this case since the very beginning, and it's just getting crazier and crazier. As regards to Cheryl, I have read the latest book. There's an awful lot of typos in it, which is not sort of good. But to be honest, her opinion's as valid as anybody else's in my she has had the horses. She's not spoken to Chris since September. I don't. Obviously, her agenda is to sell her books.
Yeah. You did read it?
Yeah, I've read it.
Okay.
And it's based on the letters, which are quite difficult to read. So,
yeah.
But I think Chris is so delusional anyway.
Yeah, well, in my opinion, with everything going on, again, I have my own theories, which I know differ from yours, but
You don't know my theories.
you've been on a few panels with me, so I've gotten to hear you speak on it quite a bit. But I don't see why he would write things that he's too afraid to speak about out loud with his mouth, why he would go ahead and then put it in letters. So I don't necessarily even believe the letters that she did get from him,
No, I
because they
don't.
were both manipulating each other, in my
Exactly.
opinion.
I don't think he believes. I don't think he's in any reality, and I think he's such a people pleaser. He just tells people what they want to hear. So some of the things that Cheryl's come out with are actually due to the face-to-face confrontation she's had with him rather than the letter. So, you know, I mean, from my perspective, there are other books out there that are just as bad or no better. You know,
Yeah,
everybody's
this
got.
is true. Yeah.
But as I say, I don't know. Yeah, she's writing a book and she's going to earn money out of it. Well, that's what people do. And this, you know, this particular case, it just grabs you. And I've walked away from it a couple of times, and no, back I am again, because there's just so much that's not sorted out or right, or you know, sort of gone through with it. There's just so much in it. But I mean, the only person that can tell the truth is Chris, and I don't think they're ever going to get them. I don't think he's definitely not going to get it to his family. Again, I think anybody that was to sit down with him, confront him with him, he tells them what they want to hear, or he listens to what they say and he just goes along with it.
Yeah, I can see that too. Oh, Andrea, the price, yeah. Less than a chocolate bar, but you're never getting that time back, girl. Oh man. And Sky, it's actually a picture that Chris Watts took of NK. And if you look in the reflection of the mirror, you can see that NK is flipping off whoever, but you would, in the picture, you can tell Chris can't see that, right? Because he's taking the picture, but I always found it a little bizarre. Like, what does that mean? Like, it's literally a hidden fuck you.
Yeah, as I say, I think she has got some involvement, but I think it's an accumulation of everything. I think it's the debts they were in. He can't control his emotions. He can't get what he wants, and this little honey trap sort of came along and took him out. But I do think I think that 111-minute phone call is the key to it, because in some respects she must have said to him how he interpreted it, because I'm sorry, but it must have been pre-planned. There's no way you just, people do not snap and then go back. It's impossible.
I agree. That's why no matter what the opinions are, no matter what Chris is or isn't in the end guilty of, like for real, he didn't stop any of this either. Like this came in, he allowed this into his household. Either way, he is where he belongs. I just don't think I think there needs to be a couple other people, at least two more people behind bars as well. There's two people out there that should never be around children ever again, and they are. I bet you they are, and that is scary to think about.
Yeah, but I say the heart of this, and which causes so much hurt and nastiness in this particular community with this case, comes from, unfortunately, is the disinterpretation of the relationship between the two families, and that happens a lot. But it's just gone to the next step because one side of the families push their own agenda. And it's, you know, they're both grandparents. I mean, my son is 40, so he's.
I'll post it on a community post and in the Facebook group, Sky. I have it.
You know, it's very, very difficult to be judgmental, but let's say it's just something about this ridiculous case, and I don't think anybody's going to let it go until there are answers out there.
Mhm.
People sort of think that the appeal is to get Chris out. There's no way in hell he's ever coming out. It's not
Right.
happening.
Right. And that's not, and people, the comments I get, you're protecting him, he killed his family. I understand, and I'm not saying he deserves to be out of prison, but he
Well, he's
also
not coming
doesn't
out, is he?
deserve, he doesn't deserve to take charges that don't belong to him. And whether it's high profile or not, that's something I do fight for people, is wrong charges and stuff like that. And I can't just look at this case and say, oh, okay, well, yeah, it looks bad what happened, everything, and he has a mistress, but I think that's what people are more hung up on. He's a bad man. He was cheating on that beautiful woman and those kids, and I think that's what people are, I don't
Because
know,
there's
crucifying him for.
Yeah, because there's so much of shenan out there. And that's one side of it. We've all got different sides. We all present different faces to different circumstances. It's what we do. We're all
Yeah.
chameleons, that's
Hey,
but we
DJ. Hey, Samantha.
oh,
Hey, Dr. B.
I
Sorry.
was just gonna say, hey, Dr. B. Yeah, I can't see the chat. I don't know what I do with this thing when I go in here. It's very, very sad. As I say, it's the saddest thing, and nothing in the world is ever going to help. I think from Chris's perspective, it'd be nice if he did a sort of a Bunday thing and what she came out and told him, because you want to know how does somebody like him get to that point? Why are we seeing case after case, well, not case after case, but high profile thing of these men just getting to this stage? It's got to be the root cause of everything. It's got to be money, isn't it? It's got to be. He can't walk away because he's tied to those children for the rest of his life.
Well, again, personally, I don't believe he did that to his children. So, I don't believe it. I can't. And I remember watching him just like the rest of the world, and I didn't listen. I jumped up off the couch, went in to finish dinner saying he's guilty. He's guilty. I don't even need to hear the words coming out of his mouth. He did it. It wasn't until a year after and meeting Tanya where I was like, oh, okay, I really got to actually start looking into this, and then I keep getting torn, and I'm like watching the videos more and more that's posted. Dave G posts a lot, and then I just started feeling differently, and then slowing down the interrogation, actually like listening to some of the words that he's saying. And also I just followed what people were saying. Oh, he's emotionalist. And I'm like, oh yeah, he's emotionalist. But now when I watch back, I'm like, wait, I see a lot of emotions from him actually. And I feel like he puts keys out there, even in the letters to Sherilyn. Darkness creeped into my family, and like it's the way he's wording it. Just
he's
weird.
Disassociation, isn't it? That's disassociation. So
yeah,
I mean, he's talking when they start to Dr. B will tell you more than me because I'm not. It's not. But when people start to talk in the third person, it's disassociation, and that's what he's doing. I do think that there are other people involved, but how deep they're involved, and obviously why they were never investigated. Again, I don't know, or if it is an open investigation, because there's something just not right. And you think, okay, well, I've sort of spoken to people from Colorado, and they say, well, it comes down to how much money it would have cost to take him to court and put him through court, and to sort of say, oh, well, it was for the Rusex family's sake or for the sake of the family. I can understand that. It must be horrible to have to sit through something. I've sat through a 6 weeks coroner's courts, and believe you me, that's that's sort of horrendous and what have you. But you have to do it to get to the truth, because it keeps coming back, and they must have questions. All the families must have questions that aren't answered, or they might not have the questions now, but they might come up later because it's never been dealt with.
right.
But I mean,
I think that's why NK doesn't talk, you guys. It just doesn't make sense. She was looking up, like, she wanted to make money off of this. She was looking up book deals and things of that, and Amber Frey and what she was doing and how to act and all of this. And so to me, talking to Mr. Scher, I'm like, babe, the only reason why she would be keeping her mouth shut, because at this point, that woman could make $1 million for 10 minutes of her time, right?
Mhm.
And we all know what she was Googling prior
Yeah.
to the murders. We know what she wanted. And even the Ruziks had said that before, she had wanted book deals and things of that nature. So the only reason why she would not be doing that is if her words could still be used against her, right? Who's not going to take $1 million for 10 minutes of their time?
But we don't know how her mental health is. Is that Chris sort of said he had to talk a few times. If she's got mental health problems or she isn't so, I mean, she came across as me as those interviews that she was quite a strong person, quite manipulative and quite strong. So I can't see that. We don't know her. That's the problem. We're judging. But I mean, even if she couldn't do it, somebody would get to her and give them book deal, or like other people have done with Chris, is that it's not him doing it, obviously, because he can't profit from it, but B, he can't do it because of the position he's in. She could do it through somebody, Yeah, I agree with you there. Why hasn't she come through it? I don't know. I'm actually sitting in a rabbit hole at the moment, so I'm just
Hey, weirdo.
it's all this Kim thing. I think that's sort of put it for me. She talks like she's talking for the family. I think she is obviously talking for the family, but I'm just wondering what the agenda is, because if they want to go,
are you that Sherilyn Cadle's talking to the family?
no, Kim.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she has. I know she used to. Yes, I don't know if that's a current situation or not, though.
No, but there are other people that they've spoken to, haven't they? If they want you to get help or to sort it out for Chris, you need professional people. You don't need to be speaking to somebody on YouTube. No disrespect to you.
Weirdo, you can come up here if you want. The link's in the chat if anyone wants to come up here. And I don't know, can someone get the Voices Facebook family group in the links? One of the mods, I know most of you are in that group. Can you link that in here? I guess it's not working from my page.
No, I think there's a lot of problems with Facebook today. I don't know what's the matter with it. There's links not going up and everything, so I've no idea what's going on there.
Morning, Katia. Hey, Hick. Oh, you guys, something super cool. I did start my memberships. Heyo. My little micro channel going places.
Yeah, that's a sore word, isn't it, microchip? Everybody has to start somewhere, so I don't know where there's
Actually,
a problem.
I don't mind it because I know I'm the type of person that's like an acquired taste. So the people who rock with me are super special. I don't care if it's 100 people, 1,000 people. If it's good people that have open minds, hey.
Exactly.
I'd rather it be more intimate anyway, like that.
I'd rather have quality than quantity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
As I say, you've got a big number. You know that half those people are watching you just to pick it to pieces and be ridiculous. But I just don't understand why it has to be. To my mind, there might be two different or three different perspectives on what has happened that we don't know. There's only one person, unfortunately, that's alive that knows, and that's Chris. And I think if three people were to go in there and speak to him, they come out with three different stories. Because he actually does respond to men and women differently as well, which I noticed, because when he was talking to Tammy, everything she said, he just went along with. He just totally agreed with, and you think you're obviously being used to being around strong women who manipulate them. So
see, yeah, and that's something too. I think I should on my channel start. A lot of people don't know how I started on YouTube, and it was I was a part of a legal team for another high-profile inmate. Her name was Rhonda Glover. And
I've been there from the very beginning, sort
yeah,
of
the
watching.
Fatal Beauty, yeah. And it's interesting because through her, I've now several prison people. I mean, I've gotten to chat to the Blue-Eyed Butcher, things like that. I've gotten to see how people do act. So I would be interested to see or hear from other prisoners in there to see their take on how Chris is acting there. Because I know 17 years after, Rhonda still thinks she's some celebrity inside the prison, right? And she absolutely does. And that's why I try to tell people too, he found God. Well, a lot of them do. He found God in prison because you're getting extra, you're getting out of your cell more. You're getting different special foods on holidays. You're getting to do these function things. Like there is special things when you join the ministry when you're in prison. Also,
Yeah,
it looks good if
don't they
you're
get
going to file appeals and all of that, or have parole and all of that. It looks good too. And
exactly from a
also,
character point of view? Yeah,
talking to other inmates in different prisons all around different states, New York, Florida, men join the ministry because then they can't be made to be people's bitches in
oh,
in
okay.
prison. Yeah. So that's a lot of times why, and that's true. Y'all can look that up. So there's
I mean,
reasons. So I
there
don't
are.
always believe, but yeah, you're right. He probably does talk to men different than women because that's exactly the scam too. He has nothing but time in there, so he's writing because that's all he has. He's writing, he's connecting with people, he's keeping his books full of money because of course he's going to want to wheel and deal behind there. I'd be interested, seriously. I think people should reach out. I might even reach out. They got to reach out to other prisoners that eat lunch with Chris Watts and do all these things and get what their opinions are of him behind bars. That's where you'll find out the truth of how his actions are in there.
Yeah, but he seems as if he's contacting the people he's actually writing to. Again, he's telling them what he thinks they want to know, or he's going
They all
along.
do. Yeah.
You know, it's. I don't know. I do really think he needs somebody to sit down with him to stay away from everybody else and to go down one road, which is a professional road. Cher, what are you doing?
I'm making tea. Sorry. Need some sugar.
No, that's,
What is the Rhonda person last name, please? Rhonda Glover. She was dubbed the Fatal Beauty. She shot and killed her oil tycoon husband. And I was fighting for her for 3 years until her true colors showed, let's just say, and we had to part ways. She wasn't willing to take responsibilities and instead wanted to turn around and blame the crime on 2 African Americans that weren't even there. Yeah, so unfortunately, I had to not defend that. She was upset that I wouldn't do things her way, but I wasn't going to try and implicate 2 innocent men that had nothing to do but gardening for them. So yeah.
Yeah, as I say, there's so many incredible cases out there, and people sort of say to me, "Oh, why are you so interested?" Because obviously you can hear from my accent, I'm British, but we don't get the access to we don't have anything like the Discovery Files where you can see everything's out there, and when it's put out there, you know, you have to. You go through them. It's interpretation. It can also it affects your mood, but also the mood you're in when you're looking into all this stuff. It affects your interpretation. So I don't know. I'm going to have to jump off. So I hope somebody else jumps on for you. So
Okay. Well, thank you. Good talking to you. Hey, Tampa
and
Boy Systems. Good to see you. Thank
and
you.
and you keep up the good work.
Oh, thank you. Does anyone else? I'll put the link in there if you guys want to come up and chat. Yeah, please don't buy her book. You're flushing your money. Yeah. Darn it. I don't think I will ever be guilty of calling to report any behavior to Dodge ever. If we want information, we mustn't do anything to hurt the prisoner's outlet. So I hope emails, etc., are not cut off. Yeah, I don't know why I've been hearing his emails and stuff have been cut off. Is it because KK has been putting things on YouTube? I'm not sure. I'm lost in the rabbit hole too. There is just something not right about this case. Absolutely. It's given me multiple headaches. As I know it's given everybody headaches. Hey, Mom the Bomb. Katia, you're so funny. No one knows what goes on between a couple apart from the people in that relationship, but this case is so bizarre, I wish I could forget it. Yeah, it just keeps dragging people right back because trust me, I've tried to walk away multiple times. A lot of people have, and we keep going. Yep, I heard that too. I know she's got an interview later with Cadle. Tonight I know I'm streaming with Mr. Share too. We've got some more stuff like texts and stuff from Josh, that scam artist. Damn it. At this point, you can't trust. Yeah, you really can't trust anyone that's anywhere near this case. But to think that NK is free and possibly around other children from time to time is it's scary to think about. Mhm. And there is some of the letters. I know some people have been posting some of the book in there in the Facebook group too. AD said they were. Her interview is tonight at 8, I think. You two here at 6, right? No, we're on Mr. Share's channel at 7 Central. Yeah. Hey, Squirrel. Get in on this Watts case, man. If anyone wants to come up here and chat. All right, Tampa. Have a good day at work. I'm jealous of you being in Florida still. Why do murderers have email access? Well, because, I mean, it is their right. They need to be able to stay in touch with, like, their attorneys and family. And because they're allowed to get letters and stuff too. So either way, you know, there's also, it's a way the prison gets money. Let's be real. The prison gets money because the prisoner, everything has to be paid for. The minutes, rip you off, and all of that. Like to send Rhonda emails, I think it cost me 25 cents, but I could only say so much. So you had to pay, like, depending how much was in that email. It was like 25 cents or 50 cents for a stamp, it's called. So Chris hasn't lost privileges. Okay. And that's good only because I would hate that it ruins it for the family then. Like when inmates lose their privileges, I don't necessarily feel bad for the inmate. I feel bad for the family members that get to miss out on talking to their loved one, you know? So it sucks when people ruin that. Okay, Squirrel, have a good day at work. You're at the beginning of the video and never got notifications. I'm trying to catch up. I never heard or read Cadle's books. Letters, am I the only one? No, you're not the only one. I won't waste my $4, nor will I waste however long it takes to read that POS book. Sorry. Same shit, different pile. That's what I say. But I know that there's a link in the Facebook group someone has been posting because if I think they paid for it and they were going to share their link to let you listen to it or something like that. Check. Yeah. You heard things. Yeah, a lot of us have heard about NK and KK affiliation. Yeah. Cadle says something about an accomplice from NC. Yeah. Cadle says a lot of things. Prisoners have pads in their cell they can use at certain times to email approved people from their list. Yep, they can't just hop on internet. Right, that's right, Rosewood. And again, anything that they're allowed to do in their like emails and stuff, it all brings the prison a little bit of money. Hey, Foxy. No problem, Jenny. You had to catch up, Karen. Hey, Andrea. Oh, is the links actually working for you, Harmarsh? Can you guys actually see the Facebook link? Is it working? Did you know they were in recovery together? Who, Angela? Okay, weirdo, awesome. Yeah, I'm just chilling while the mister's at work, so I was thinking make a video or just hop up on a live, so. Because this book has been the talk of the town, which I don't understand, you guys. We are all so weird. Are the emails free? Okay, that must differ then from state to state. Because I had to pay for Gatesville, Texas. They were not free for sure, so it must differ for each prisoner or whichever state then. Aw, thanks, Pops. Yes, you have the book. I'll share it. Oh, thank you, Jenny. Stamps and Canada. Okay, so yeah, it does depend on Mr. Unjustified in the house. Good morning. Because of AD, the book is a hot topic. Yeah, I know him and Sherilyn Cadle are friends. You know, I can't really say anything about that. She's no friend of mine. I can tell you that. Cadle took the proof to the police, whom are still investigating. You know, like, yeah, okay. Okay, sure. Trying to be nice. Poor Julie's at work. Hey, Paula. Did somebody said did a cult ad really play or something when they came into this live? Or was that a joke? That's super creepy if that's true, by the way. I got the link in chat again, weirdo, when you're ready. Or whoever wants to come up. Is it true that AD looked up mother-daughter porn, or is it just nonsense? I hope it's not true. So, okay, well, here, Stephanie. Whatever we saw by mistake is not our business to see. I don't even want it. I don't even have words. Whatever happened, and it was a mistake, honestly. I don't personally think there's anything wrong with what he's done, so I don't know. That's me. I'd hate someone to get a hold of my phone, man. Wouldn't look good. You don't know what ad it was, you skipped it. Can you tell me what's going on now, summarized? I tried to find in chat and listen, but what's up with the picture? Okay, the picture is Nicole Kessinger. It's Chris Watts. It looks like I don't know if they're in NK's apartment or if they're in some hotel. Hang on, give me 1 second. Okay, or if they're in a hotel or something, but it's Chris taking a photo of NK, and NK has her hand hiding around the door frame, but the mirror picks up that she's actually flipping them off. It's like a secret fuck you to who? Chris Watts? I don't know. So I'll post it in the Facebook group too. Oh, you're awesome, Foxy. Thank you. What's this one say? Chris Watts co-conspirators that should not be allowed to be around kids. And she lived when she second in command went on to buy and run elderly care nursing homes in Switzerland. What? Aw. Hope work goes good, Pops. Won't let you join members on the phone. Ah. I know who probably be accomplice from, let's see, Watts family. They knew about Chris' plan because I saw NK Verizon bill calls made to Watts family and NC on August 12th and 13th and letter. What? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Hmm. Is that true, you guys? Now I'm trying to find. There's record of NK calling the Watts on the 12th and the 13th. Okay. I am writing that down. I want to see that. Well, that would be weird. I was told when Ronnie has been drinking, he tells a lot. Oh. Oh. Hey, weirdo.
Hey. Oh my God. I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Okay. I know what she did. She's been hanging around Shan again. Oh my God, I'm not ready for Christmas yet. No. That is gross. NK wearing Shan bath suit. Ew. Seriously? I've heard that she was wearing her swimsuit before too, but I never thought that was true. Bye, Pops. AD did show pro losing of privileges for Blair, not for Chris. What people Google are their own business. Reporters Google so much. I Google any strange thing I hear, so I am a share. Yes, exactly. In fact, after he did that, a few of us actually Google searched what he searched because people were going around saying that kitty porn popped up and stuff like that. So we did our own search to see if that would even be true. And just, of course, for research, that's what people do. I'm not saying he was researching, but I'm just saying I'm not going to hold it against them, okay? That is where my friend lives there. If I'm not there to see it or hear it or see factual, unaltered video, I won't believe. Right. Yes, Julie, I burned the last book before I found out it was like some kind of collector's item now, and I've seen it on eBay for like $500 and shit. Yep, I burnt it. I burnt it down to the ground. I was saving it for toilet paper with how the year started off, but wasn't even probably good enough to use as toilet paper. KT from Reddit is NK. Interesting. I believe she's probably, I do think she watches everything about her. So she is probably under something weird. Hey, Jamie. How do we know if Ronnie Watts drinks? Yeah, we don't know. And that's, oh, sorry, Megan. There we go. Hey, weirdo.
Hey, sorry.
That was so funny.
Oh, yeah, that was my picture before hanging out with Shan.
So I said, someone's been hanging around Shan again.
Yep, you called it. That's so funny. She cracks me up. I'm glad you introduced us.
She'll be on Wednesday night on here.
She'll be on Wednesday.
Yeah.
For what?
She'll do Wednesday nights with me and Amber.
Oh, okay, cool.
You're always welcome.
Okay, thanks. So what's going on?
Oh, we're just talking, you know, Cadle's book and just Watts, really.
Oh, yeah. It's getting pretty old real quick.
Yeah, it is getting very old. Did you even read any of that or no?
What, her first book?
No, her second one now that just came out apparently yesterday.
No, yeah, I haven't read any of it. I actually, someone was nice enough on Reddit to send me her first book because I refused to pay any money for it. And she sent me a PDF, but I still haven't read it yet, which I should because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of their little breadcrumbs that they leave for us, codes, you could
Yes,
say.
I think
But
that one of the letters it's in my Facebook group. I'll send you screenshots after this, but I think it's interesting how he's wording some things actually.
yeah, because like I said before, a lot of the stuff that they've shown us in this case means something. So his little like proverbs or whatever that he leaves, each time, or that he states or quotes or whatever, I'm sure they mean something besides just what they, you know what I mean. There's more to it, but yeah, I not that anybody's asked me, but if they did, I would say don't spend your money on Cadle's book.
Me too. I second that. You guys, I was fangirling yesterday. I sent Sav Girl an email, asked her if she would come on here and panel up and chat the case with me, and she said, yeah, we'll figure it out and schedule that up. But I was super excited.
Yeah,
She's
I love
awesome.
that girl. She's so nice.
Mm-hmm.
She's awesome.
And we have some opinions that are the same and some that aren't the same, so it's interesting.
Yeah. But she's I always respected her because she's one of those creators where she has come out with false information or made a video about it, but then afterwards when it was brought to her attention or if she realized it, like she admits that she made a mistake, instead of just trying to just pretend like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about, it's true. So I don't know, I respect her for that, for admitting when she was wrong.
Yeah. Hey, Rose.
Hey,
Hey, Rose.
how are you guys?
Good.
I am working, so if you hear strange noises, it's me. I'm trying to be quiet. Have I muted? Have I muted? Have I muted so that I'm not making racket in your stream? I mean, am I good? No echoes?
Yep, you
Oh,
sound
yeah,
fine.
yeah, you sound good. Is that your little kitty in your picture?
Yes, that's one of them. I have many.
Oh, that's nice.
I
love
have
cats.
many. I do too. I have. I'm ashamed to say this because people will say, "Oh, cat lady." I have 13, and not all in my house. I have all of my females fixed. I'm still working through all the males, so I keep them outside and bring them in on cold nights, and they are all babies. I do rescue work, so animals are very important to me. I love animals, and I will even stop to get turtles off the road. There's just
Me too.
that's just something I can't stand, mistreatment of animals. But no, I'm to the point. I'm so tired of rumors, and You know, just like what happened with, you know, Kim. There was no way that she could have known that man. She is a wonderful woman, and I wish people would just leave that alone. And
Mhm.
Cadle's book, yeah, she screwed up the first time, and I understand that. I I bought the second book to compare with the first. As soon as it dropped, that's why I was putting it in you guys' stream yesterday. I was like, because I had hunted everywhere for this book. Barnes and Noble, Walmart, Kindle. Couldn't find it. I could not even find a note about it. All I kept hearing was, "Oh, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming." Then the Facebook group disappeared, or I couldn't find it. So, anyway, the book dropped and I got it $3.99 and I'm reading it. And some parts of it so far seem better. I actually planned on speed reading it last night and doing a review. And Tanny and I were talking about it in, you know, in a message, and she did hers. I haven't done mine yet because I've never done that before, and I didn't want the legalities of getting in trouble for it. And I wanted to know kind of what I could do and what I couldn't. But it is a little better in some ways than the other one, but it's just $3.99, and I don't know. When I finish, I'll let you know about that. I don't believe in plagiarism in any way, shape, form, or fashion, but I also believe people deserve a second chance if they've gotten into trouble. And when people are talking on these streams, and I don't know if y'all have noticed it, but when the chat's going, okay, the upper chat disappears. New people come on. You've already discussed something, said it 15 times. Somebody else comes in. Now, what's and what's? Or I heard what's. You know, okay, so they heard one part and they spread it from stream to stream, and they're not corrected because they missed the corrected version. And then that rumor just spreads and spreads and spreads. And it's bad. You know, we really need to work together as YouTube, you know, creators and followers and supporters to stop these rumors if we see something wrong. And I appreciate you reading my comments. I cannot tell you how much so, because most people would just ignore them because they might not agree with that person. And we don't have to agree with everything somebody says. All we have to do is say it properly. Do you girls agree with that?
Yeah,
I mean,
sometimes it's hard in this
it
case.
is. It is. It's very hard. And you know, we don't have to agree, you know, who did what as far as what they think, but but it's kind of like Mexie said, you know, yesterday, and that's the truth. You can tell one person something, and by the time it gets down, you know, to 10 people or 20, it's going to be a totally different thing. So imagine what that is with thousands. I mean, you know, y'all have thousands, AD has thousands, everybody has thousands, and I'm seeing all of this weird stuff. It has changed, and even the creators are saying, oh, well, this was.
She there?
I was just thinking, did I lose sound? Hey, Amber.
Did we lose her?
Yeah.
See, my thing isn't necessarily like the whole plagiarism thing with Cadle. My problem is that, well, I mean, I haven't personally experienced it, but I have heard a number of people say that they've been on her Facebook when the other book came out, and simply for asking questions, they get, you know, blocked or kicked out of the group. And to me, that's a red flag right there, because why isn't she open to answering questions about her book or whatever, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why
And
I say too, why wasn't this the first book put out then? Like, it just, now to me,
right.
she's no better. Like, yeah, no.
So the letters that are in her second book now, are those the ones that she was supposed to put in the first book, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So there's nothing new, right?
Nothing new. Nope, nothing new.
Okay, that's what
Now,
I
in the first
figured.
book, I think she did word a couple of the letters. She did not put all of the letters in the book the last time. She put them in her own words. So this time they're all in there. except for a few, which she claimed were controversial and her attorneys wouldn't allow it. And the note that she gave to AD in an email to read out that is controversial with the dream thing that I'm not even going to go into. That's not.
So now what she's doing is she's making money again off of what she should have had in the first book. So she's making money off the same stuff, same content. Right?
Yeah, basically minus the plagiarism, which I'm reading, and she's always said 7 sentences, and that I don't mean to disrespect her. I don't like to disrespect anyone or hurt anyone's feelings. That's just me. You know how we are in the South. We'll tell it like it is, but we don't want to hurt your feelings. There was more than 7 sentences, and I believe that Dr. B went over that a lot. So let's just say in the book she says that she's not going to speak about the first book, that she made amends for that and she's got to move on. So basically she can't talk about it in this book. Does that make sense?
No, yeah, it makes sense. But it's like saying that I could write a book, plagiarize, and then fix it, and then get paid again for my book sales, essentially. Yeah. Or just add it, like maybe one new piece of information in it, and then, oh, it's a whole new book now. Like, I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah, and you do realize that they took my book from my Kindle. The first book that I paid for, it's just like you go to a store, you buy a book, it's yours, correct?
They took it away?
Yes.
They took it off the shelves? Oh, wow.
Yes. I bought my Kindle book and, read it. And that is one thing. In the Facebook group, one person asked something about a part of the book. And I said, well, let me look, because I was going to go look and compare because she kind of made sense, And I went, my book was gone. Amazon had jerked my book out of my library that I had purchased, and they did not give me my money back. And I don't think that that's right. If you purchase a book, it should be yours. I don't think they should be able to just remove it from your library.
I didn't know that. I could see them pulling the books that aren't already, purchased off the shelf, but not to pull them from. That's crazy. I wonder if it's happened to a lot of other people. I mean, I would imagine.
Well, I don't know. I don't know about others. I am curious. I would like to know if anyone else got it.
Yeah, I would too, because I mean, I don't know why they would pull yours and not anybody else's.
Yeah,
that would be weird.
Yeah, so. I would like to know. So if y'all find out, let me know. But I agree. I wanted to support Kim and let her know that she couldn't. We know that she didn't hate this guy. And thank you for trying to show more respect. I have the utmost respect for chats that are respectful to each other and not necessarily bashing other channels or finding something, to nitpick them over, because, God knows we all make mistakes. The first one that doesn't, you cast the stone.
Yeah. There's not a lot of channels that would come out like, again and say, that they made a mistake either. They would just go with it and not think, twice about it. So it just shows Kim's character over others,
Yeah, it was a little confusing too, guys, because of everything behind the scenes. Oh God, I should have talked to you before, Megan, but at the same time, when I'm helping other creators and I know things, I don't like to give it out. So I knew this was going on for like a month, and I feel bad. I feel so bad because, I don't know.
I know. It's over with now, but I mean, I do wish that I would have known about it because I would have warned both of you guys. But I mean, but then again, I've done that before, and I mean, not necessarily with the Watts case, but just other things. And sometimes people are not going to listen to your word, so, but at least I would have known that I tried, so, but pretty interesting about who was talking back and forth with them, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and you guys, I did make my memberships and I kept that in mind actually. And I did put in some of there that I would share some, because a lot of people have been asking me about the behind the scenes of what was going on with that live. And I wish it was recorded and you could see what was going on, because it was a circus, a true shit show. Oh my God.
I'm texting you. Mr. Cher's texting you.
Tons of pictures, tons of people texting me behind the scenes. And I knew, because we were so excited and because of the people that were backing this up, like we had Frankie saying, yes, he is an old coworker, but don't believe everything he's saying. He's a fraud. So it's like, okay, so he did know Chris. So some of what he's saying could be true. And then there was another person, a very reliable source is all I can say, that was saying, yep, and confirming it. And then we had that video and the excitement took over. I'll admit that, at least for me, the excitement did take over. We had something we were sitting on for a long time, somebody that kept not showing, not talking. So again, it looked like this person was afraid to talk. And yeah, I knew nothing about this kid at all. And neither did Kim. But we did know that there was a problem. If you guys remember the live, Kim said, "Little lady, can you take over? I've got to step away for a minute." We knew then, but I actually was getting alerted even before that because Mr. Cher smelt it. Mr. Cher listened to him for less than 5 minutes and was on to him.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Oh my goodness.
I would be
Welcome,
curious to know
Jenny.
who this reliable source is, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, is like it's not, I mean, it's not, definitely not Kim's fault. Like, even if, she okay, well, first let me say something. What's weird is that when I first saw his channel, he didn't have half as many videos that he had up before. So he must have had those all private or something. And he also didn't have his last name like posted all over him either, which I found odd, because I was going to vet him myself and go to Facebook, but I didn't know what his real name was. So but unless you like went through all of his videos, like, because the ones that those texts are, I mean, the comments are on, is not, I mean, they're just totally random, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's been the only reason why I knew about him, was because he had like maybe like 10, 11 like videos up. He didn't have all those other ones. So when I went to his channel, they were easy to find. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But even if you do vet it, and even if you do vet a person, like, it's, again, and I told Kim this in her live yesterday, I said, people are just really good liars and scam artists, and and they're believable. So it's not, I mean, it happens, so I don't know.
I saw his videos before the date was edited. Oh, yeah, you guys, I just, so seeing that he had photoshopped Shanann Watts' face on his wife, and man, can I just, Frankie, if you hear this, man, if there's anyone you should go after, that's the person right there, because that's sick. That's a sick, sick, sick thing to do. But anyhow.
Yeah. And what are the odds that his name is after the actor who played Superman?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh.
So we don't even know if that's his real name, even if you did vet it,
Oh, yeah. We still feel horrible.
Yeah, I know you guys do, but she can't beat herself up about it,
Yeah, I think he did.
Easier said than done, but
Jenny May, so fucking weird. Like, you did that. Okay, so then he photoshopped that picture, right? And I have the text too, you guys. I was thinking earlier, like throw up a video or just do a live, but now maybe I should throw up a video because I have a lot more of what Josh was saying to Kim, and he clearly says that's him wishing in like in a moving truck or something like that. Anyway, it's just real messed up. But I'll release the text messages and the things that he was texting back and forth for the month. So I mean, we all know it's bullshit, but I'll put it out there.
Yeah, that's
Just
crazy
maybe.
too that he would just, I don't know, give his phone number and stuff. I don't know, that's weird, but I mean, maybe he just doesn't care. I don't know. But I was wondering about that picture too. And then all of a sudden he has a picture of him and Shanann on his profile pic. So I found that weird too. I was like, okay. And then not only that, but like, why was everything with that? Like, I don't even know what kind of filter you call it, but you know how everything's all like super shiny or like, I don't know, like on their faces, you know, or that just that glow kind of filter.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn it.
Did you notice that there were no other initials on those pipes? None.
Yeah, I did. I remember thinking that too. I was like, why is there only 2 pipes? But then I remember just thinking like, damn, I hope somebody other than Chris Watts has inspected them.
those. Yes, yes. And so I was like, okay, why is it only his? Seriously. And it was so bright white. I was like, well, dang, he must have gone out and got one of those little, you know, you can buy those little paint pens, you know, that I couldn't tell if it was chalk or if it was a white paint pen. But regardless, after 2 years, there's no way it would have been that nice looking and clean unless they're out there washing them. So, but yeah, he said a lot of things, and you know, he contradicted himself. So once he started doing that, I think everybody knew. And poor Kim, she stepped away, and it was just it's obvious. And his YouTube thing is gone. I think
Yeah, he
I
deleted
couldn't
his
find it.
channel and he deleted Anadarko from his work history on Facebook. Here's the thing is, well, I had gone on his channel on a song that was super creepy. And something about the song, I thought to myself, I almost wondered if it was about Shanann. And I don't think it's too
Ooh.
far-fetched because he did Photoshop her face on top of his wife's and pretended like he helped her move. It's very fucking weird. But the song was like, I saw you on the beach by the water and something like he noticed her and he
Ooh.
wasn't really like paying attention and like something like, yeah, it's very
That's
weird.
creepy. That's
It
just
gave me the
creepy.
creeps hardcore. And for some reason, I just remember thinking, like, is this about Shanann? Did he see her on a beach? Like, I don't know.
Where does he live? Do we know? I hate to
He does
dox
live in,
anybody, but just
the
say
only thing
south,
I know
north.
is he's in Texas, and that's all I can say.
Ah, okay, that's enough. That's enough. I love Texas. They have some great laws and some great people, but some folks are just scary, and you never know. Just like you girls are younger. Well, MJ, I don't know about you. You may be closer to me than in age, but you know, Ted Bundy came through here when he was doing all of his murdering and his murder sprees, and he came through here to, you know, to go to Florida. So, and it seems like we have had so many people come through our area, you know, that have murdered that are caught, you know, in our area, in our state. And I'm like, what the hell? You know, it's like we're the roadway to hell. So you never know what's going to happen down here in the South, if that makes any sense. But I was trying to find a comment that I saw.
You know what's
I don't
weird
remember.
too? Is that I was looking at his subscriptions and he's subscribed to a lot of the true crime channels. So, I mean, I don't know. To me personally, it was just odd. So that's why he probably knows a lot about the case.
Well, he did know a lot, but it seemed like he got some of his little facts wrong. You know, that's what we were picking out because we follow it and we nitpick things and we know. And so, like when he was saying things incorrectly, we were like, you know, does anybody even know if there was a meteor shower there?
There was. I didn't know that meteor showers are every month. I had no idea until just like a year ago.
Yeah. Yeah, we were out looking for that big the planets that they're calling the Christmas star. We were out looking for
Yeah,
that last
yeah, I went out
night.
there last night too with my telescope, and I just have like a little cheap telescope. It's terrible, but I tried
Did you
looking and it
catch
just
it?
I did see, yeah, I did see. Well, I saw them when they were like still like separated, but
Uh-huh.
the telescope is just it's so crappy that it takes me so long to find like what I'm looking
Oh,
for. It's not like one of those ones where you can just put in the the coordinates and it goes right to it, like fancy ones.
right.
But and I just got frustrated, so I was like, you know what, I'm done. So
Well, we went out and I actually saw it because, Southwest, and it was so bright. I mean, I could see it through the woods. So I knew if I could see it through the woods, looking around the trees, I thought, But yeah, it was really bright and pretty, and it was on the solstice, winter solstice too, which I know that's just a thing, but I thought it was
yeah,
cool.
it helps if you're out of the city too. But
Yeah, yeah, we are in the country.
yeah, so that's nice. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, the
not sure if
country
this
always.
link will work, but I was asked to put the membership link in the chat, but the links haven't been working in chat.
I saw a link that showed up when I was in there, so it actually worked. Ours haven't been working over on Robbie's or Jay's. We would try to post links and they wouldn't work, but they work. That one showed up, and you've got a new member, Jenny May, I think.
All right.
Jenny,
There we
Jenny,
go.
did you use a link?
Yeah, she's a new member. Yeah, I saw that, so it's
Yeah,
working.
Jenny's a member. I think Mama Kim is a member. It is working. Okay.
It pissed me off though because I told my subs that I would never charge or pay for, or do a Patreon or anything like that. And then right after I make that clear, YouTube comes out and says, "Oh, we're gonna put ads on your videos even if you're not monetized." And I was like, "Oh, that's really nice. Thanks a lot."
That the best thing I did and was when I did my YouTube membership so that I don't have to watch the ads. But now if one pops up and I see it, I might watch it to support that channel, if it gives me the option. But I love to watch with no ads, and I love Patreon because we can be more open and everything. And of course, I understand nobody wants to charge, but that's another rumor. Oh Lord, when you're watching and you hear, oh, it's $20 for a question. Okay, I have nothing against this person. If you want to watch that channel, it is not $20 for a question. Patreon is not $20, nor is the membership to the channel. It's just like any other channel. If you want
I
to
think
participate,
I think it's like $1.99.
yeah,
The lowest. I
$1.99.
checked it
Yeah,
out. Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
If you
no,
want to
and I have nothing
participate,
against. Yeah, I have nothing
yeah.
against other channels making money at all. I mean,
No, no.
channel creators put a
Everybody's got
lot
to
of
make
time and
money.
effort into making videos, and so they deserve to have,
Right.
to
And
be.
everybody can do that and do their opinions. I love your channel, Megan.
Oh,
I
thank
mean,
you.
MJ. Oh, wait a minute. Are we calling you MJ? Can I call you MJ?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I love your channel. I've been watching. I've been trying to catch your lives, but it coincides. Like right now, I need to be over modding on Jay's. But I just wanted to catch you guys because I see so many rumors, and I would like to just put them to rest just because I investigate things. The reason that I started watching AD to begin with was because of all the controversy of this and that. I wanted to see it for myself, and I usually watch more than once. I watch over and over. I like him, but there are things that I question, so I go elsewhere and look and find out and listen. So I can tell you, just as Cher did, it is not $20; it's $1.99. And to participate in the live chats, you have to join that membership. That is to try to keep trolls down. And yes, some trolls are going to pay to be a troll, but that's one of the ways to help that. Patreon is not $20 either. It has a high tier, just like everybody else, but you start low and you work your way up, different things and different levels. And oh gosh, no, she's never said she's an attorney. She's never said she's in love with Chris. She said that there's no relationship. Let's see.
And there is not spots that sell out.
Oh no, no, they sell out the tiers. I think where that gets confused is they sell out in the tiers. Supposedly, there's no more dollar spots, on certain ones channels in Patreon, and so you have to go to the $10 one for that one, but not hers. Whomever was asking about hers is all open. There's no sellouts. There's no seats gone. Um,
What is the perks of like the memberships? Is it just you just get the little
uh,
stickers and stuff or something?
well, I don't think that there are stickers yet, but like okay, which one are we talking about? Hers.
Oh, just the regular, membership like that Jenny May just signed up for or just joined.
Oh, for me, it's the lowest one was shout outs and videos and stuff, and then it goes up where I'd said I'd give like behind the scenes some stuff, like maybe some text or whatever, because a lot of people now, since they've been asking about behind the scenes of that live, I thought that'd be a fun little thing. Not obviously too much, but little
Okay,
bits
so
and
the
pieces.
membership only isn't Patreon. That's something different, right?
Oh, this is just for membership. Oh, I don't know if you're talking about Kim or mine. Mine's just a membership for the channel. I
Right.
don't
Okay.
have
I
Patreon.
And
didn't
that's
know
the
if it
same.
was all different.
Yeah, and that's the same way with with her channel that I have noticed her memberships for YouTube, and if you want them for Patreon, that is separate. You go and join Patreon just like you do for any other channel, and it's the same way. I don't know what her membership tiers are for YouTube. I think it's just the one. I may be wrong, but I know in Patreon that there was a membership. One, you could, of course, get everything first and participate in the chats, and then as you move up, you could be on the panel and have one-on-one Zoom calls with her to pick her brain and things like that. So it goes, the higher you go, I guess, the more access you have, but you can always email. Let's see, what is this? AD is lying about that. AD is lying about. Oh, yeah, the spot's selling out. I don't know. Yeah, possibly. No, absolutely.
Okay,
No
I get
attorney.
what he said about that, guys. I will be honest. He sold out of the $2 tiers or whatever, or he
Right.
put a cap on it, and I agree with him doing that. And here's why: for what he told me, I totally see and I can understand that. A troll will have no problem paying $1.99 to take the content, run with it, and make millions or whatever, thousands of videos to bully him and harass him, right?
Yes.
So put a cap on how many $1.99 tiers are sold, because he doesn't want them all selling out. He wants those tiers to go to his fans that can't afford more than that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Not to sell out
Exactly.
to a bunch of trolls who are paying $1.99 to then harass and bully him. I understand that. I totally am for that. I get it.
Yes. And the higher, people are a little bit less likely to pay the $10 to troll. Now, sadly, for a month, you pay that $10 and you get a month. So you might have to put up with them for a month. But, and he is not monetized on YouTube. People keep saying, oh, he is. Okay, he is not. He actually showed us his Patreon. And the last thing that he got from YouTube, 16 cents. And that was just left over from, I don't know how you guys are paid. I don't know nothing about that other than he gets no money. He has no super chats, nothing. And I know that it's upsetting to him to see new channels come on and be monetized. And he's been kicked off because of people complaining and all of this. And it would be just like if all of us went, mass complained and got somebody else kicked off or losing their privileges. And that's kind of cyberbullying in a way. But some people are just mean and shouldn't be on YouTube. But others, I think everybody deserves a chance. Don't you guys think that?
Yeah, of course.
I agree. Happy heart. I see. I agree. I agree with that.
Hey, Angela. Cher, do you know
Yes.
that they are taking I think my last live it took 10 hours to post.
What?
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
They must be going through the chats like with a
Yep.
fine tooth
Well,
comb.
first it was the live chat. It would take a couple hours, sometimes a few hours to come up, and now it's taken at least over 5 hours for each one, but this last one was over. I think I finished at like, I don't know, like maybe like 8, and then it didn't post until like 7 or something the next morning.
Wow.
7:30. So
You've got a
yeah.
good internet too, right? You've got.
Yeah, no, yeah, I don't think it's anything to do with my internet. It's I think that they're censoring my content. So
Wow.
Yeah, my live about the reckoning actually did take. It wasn't showing up for forever. It took forever on that one.
Wow.
but then,
Where
and then there's some lives where they'll be like, 4 hours, 5 hours long, and they'll post right away. So I'm like, what's going on? But I did find out, I took a screenshot of one of my videos on the analytics, because I'm like, I wonder if they're suppressing my views, because I don't know, it just seems crazy that all this time they're not going up like at all. And so the one, my last, not my live, but the last actual video I posted, I think I took a screenshot of it like the 17th, 13th or something, no, the 13th, and then checked it like just yesterday or the day before, and it said that I was, what did it say? I don't remember exactly the numbers, but anyways, it said that I was supposed to have like 40 something more views than it says I do when I counted
Wow.
it. So, I mean, that's not like a ton, but I mean, compared to like when you only get like 1,000 views a video, that's kind of a lot, So,
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean,
so
a
that was like,
click's a click,
yeah.
they've
And
been doing
yeah,
that, I think, too a lot, because I actually had a message on mine saying YouTube has been down on the view count or something like that, and I've heard other YouTubers complaining about it too. So I think it's
Oh,
a
really?
lot
You
of
got
people.
like an actual email from YouTube?
Not an email, but it's on the bottom. I'll screenshot it later and show you, but it does say something
Okay.
about the views are off, or something about the views on the channel. Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
well, I think there's been an issue anyway because we haven't been able to post links, be it PayPal, merchandise, YouTube. That's been a problem. There's been glitches in. Let's see. I think Jay had a lot of glitches the other night, and I want to say she was in StreamYard, and I mean it's just for the last couple of weeks. I was kicked off alive like 10 times, and I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't booted off. I just kept it kept crashing, and it would tell me YouTube stopped. YouTube stopped, and so there's an issue with something. And if they're censoring for this, what do you guys think that means? Do you think that it means that they're actually on these cases that we're discussing and
Yeah,
wanting to find?
there is such thing as scrubbers, right? I mean, it's true. So
Well, yeah, look at the Honor Network.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, absolutely. And Becky, I sure hope you're not talking about in here, hon. I hope you're feel welcome in here and don't feel ignored here. And thank you, Armchair.
Who? Where
Not
are we
Armchair.
rating?
Becky says that she gets ignored in the chats or something. I just hope she
I don't
doesn't
think
think
she's
about
talking
here.
about this channel.
Okay.
Where is Becky? Oh, here. Oh, Becky Gray.
Tammy B. Hey, lovely. Did he actually work at Anadarko just with him touring around the office and pipes and stuff? So from what I can tell, is he's lived in Texas for 5 years. That could have been anywhere. I don't even know what to say anymore at this point.
He could have worked in the construction crew. His page when Mr. Cher did the video and showed his page. I believe I looked and it said something about construction. So maybe he was on some construction crew and went there and was able to get that stuff. Because he did do that part of the video at least. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, I do believe, see, that's what made it so hard. What people don't understand is Frank Jr. said, yes, he did work there. So, and then the other source said the same thing. And these two sources don't get along, Frank and this other source or whatever, you know what I'm saying? They have two different sides of the fence or whatever you want to say or put it. So it's like, we're hearing what he's saying. We know it's not matching up. So I'm thinking maybe he just got the timelines mixed up, because there's some truth, I feel like, to what he said even now, because it is said that he did work there. I don't know for how long. I don't know if he actually really did train with Chris.
Yeah, but I mean, can
He
we really
did
believe
say we
anything
hung
Frankie
out.
Jr. says though?
Well, how would he know he hadn't been there in
Well,
3
you would think
years?
Frankie would say, no, you never worked with him at all or whatever, and just say that. Not, yeah, he did work with him, but he is a fraud. You know what I'm saying?
Or he worked there after he was already jailed.
That's what my hearing is that he actually was hired 6 months after Chris already was in prison.
Right. That's what I think as well.
And
We
that
could be
does
wrong,
make a lot
but
of sense.
yeah. Let's see. When I saw Kim's first video about it, I commented saying it's. Oh, yeah. I just figured out how to read the comments, so I'm all happy now. I'm gonna be over here mumbling, so y'all carry on.
I know, yeah, I like that, but they should make it so that you can comment like in StreamYard, you know,
Mm-hmm.
instead of just being able to look at them. But
That's true. Oh,
It's
so we
Wednesday.
can.
so
I
back
have to go
to
over there.
Cadle real quick. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm just looking. I'm happy. I'm scrolling, and I'm all for
She's
Cadle.
content.
I have her book. I have her book if you need me to like do anything.
I'm just wondering if the price is only $3.99 compared to what was it, her first book, like 20 something.
25, yeah.
So I'm wondering if it's $3.99 because it's pretty much a repeat of the first one.
I
Or what
think,
the-
or it could be like a soft launch or whatever they're called, to see how it does.
And didn't
I
she
don't
come
know.
out and say
They
that she
owe me
wasn't going to
money.
do another one on the case?
They owe me money, and she said she wasn't going to write a book, after the first one because it upset her so bad. And then she said that her sons and her husband and really wanted her to do this because of all that happened with the first one. I think that's what she said.
I just don't. That really bothers me, that because that's like, what kind of example is that setting? It's like saying, oh, okay, yeah, authors, if you could just plagiarize, but then if you do, it's okay. You can just fix it and make more money off it. Like, I just don't agree. It just bothers me. But
Right.
like, she should have to fix it and replace all of them instead of, take all the ones off the shelves that have the plagiarism in it and then make up for it if she still wants to write again. I don't know. I mean, I don't know the rules in the author world, but I don't know, that's just crazy to me.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you either go down in flames and apologize and just blink away in the night, or you apologize and stand your ground and start over. I can't. I don't know. I believe people deserve a second chance if they apologize and do what they're told. And I think she had to apologize and reimburse. And
Yeah, she had to apologize and basically tweak the book and put the actual letters in there and then rename the book. I have it all in emails from her.
Right. So I think she's, done pretty
I'll
much.
be right back in a minute.
Okay.
Okay.
I think she's pretty much done, what they asked of her. And, I can look at it like she made a mess of the first one. But, she did have the guts to come back out and try again. And, again, I'm not making excuses for her or saying it's okay. Because, never plagiarize. Someone else's work is theirs. It's not yours, period. but everybody deserves a second chance. And if they go about it the right way, you know, what bothered me so bad about this one, and I think it bothered you as well, Megan, is that email that she sent to AD to read on YouTube to the public.
Sorry, can you just repeat that, Rose? I'm sorry, I'm checking on my chickens, so I didn't hear you.
Oh,
Sorry.
Well, what part did you hear last? And you guys all, you know, put up your comments down there too.
I heard the part where you said that you think that I would agree with this.
Okay, but you
Or
heard
that I
the part
feel the
about
same
second
way. That I feel the
chances.
same way.
Okay, I think you'll feel the same way about this. That the problem that I have with what she did was giving that information to AD to read publicly on YouTube. That was my issue. She claims she could not put that in the book due to her publisher and attorneys telling her not to, that it was too controversial or too upsetting, but yet she sends it to him to read. That was my problem. You know, I'm good with giving her, I was giving her a second chance, and since I didn't get my money back for the first book, you know, $3.99 or free for me, I would be happy with. I can compare. I have a friend, luckily, that had a PDF, and she sent that to me. So I'm going to compare the books, and I'm going to see what's there and if she did it again. Because, you know, I'm one that I don't go on somebody else's word. I actually look, compare, listen, take notes, and figure it out for myself. And
right, as you should. Yeah, that's what everybody should do. You know, that's
yeah.
what I
Yeah,
don't know.
so
I think that was definitely probably a huge publicity stunt. You know, I don't know, because when the book first came out, her first book, he AD was like, you know, after the whole, well, he has her on, and then after the whole plagiarism thing, it's like, oh, okay, you know, how dare, you know, Cadle do this, da 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 da. But then here he is again having her back on for her second book when he just was criticizing her for the plagiarism. I don't know, just the way it was done. It all seems like publicity stunts to me. But whether it's to get views or whether it's to promote a book, I think it's all intertwined. You know.
yeah, I never heard him say that about the, you know, how dare she.
I mean, and that's
you
a
know,
normal. I mean, that is a normal reaction. Like, I mean, obviously,
yeah,
everyone's like, how, you know, but just the way.
yeah.
Why would you have her back on after you made such a big deal about her plagiarism? And to me, it seems like, well, because it brings in views. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah. When I heard him, you know, and like I said, I may have missed something, but I heard him say, you know, I can't believe that she did that. And, you know, he's dramatic, and he might say, oh, she did this, but then come back to say in the next sentence, you know, it's not that bad. You know, it's 7 sentences. I think that they speak differently. So I think that's a part of the problem too, is when people listen, they hear the first part and they don't hear his actual meaning. Does that make sense when somebody's overly dramatic and, you know?
Yeah, no, yeah, it does.
Yeah. So like, let's see, what's this one say? No, she's always on lives, acting like she's being ignored, and I don't see her being ignored. Oh, goodness. Who are we talking about? Follow, join, or second chance, but not a third. Who's getting a third, Paula?
Like, I'm wondering, is her book, what is her book? Is it, does she have it under nonfiction or fiction? Like, is it, it's almost like I feel like it should be half and half if that's possible, because it's almost like she's writing a book based off of, you know, I guess you could call them facts, if you, I guess, from the discovery, but then also she's making a book based on a pathological liar. So it's like, wouldn't that be considered fictional? Because, but yeah.
Yeah. So. I'm going to look at it right this minute and tell you what it's under on there.
Yeah, I'd be curious. Just because, I mean, I'm kind of like halfway joking, but also.
Well, you kind of got me wondering now too. Okay, when you when you put that in the Kindle store, you have to look under all of the other books. I mean, like all of the other books, and keep scrolling and keep scrolling and keep scrolling, and to actually find it. Oh my gosh, I still haven't found it. And I
Okay,
bought it. We're just talking about the.
Welcome back, sure.
Thank you. I had to call Mr. Share. Okay.
She's looking. I was curious of what genre Cadle's book was under. If it was like nonfiction, fiction, half and half. That's possible.
Oh,
It's
what
what
is it?
Oh, she's looking right now. I think. Thank you. You still there, Rose?
Looking. It's funny. I'm not finding it. Oh, I know what though. I can put it in my thing because I actually no, I can't because I'm on this link. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't. Can I go in here and like put the link in with me on Lime and StreamYard? I can't, can I?
I could look real quick. I can do it. I'll look real quick.
Okay. Hey,
I
babe.
hear your baby. I hear that bird. Okay, armchair psychologist says AD is two-faced.
You guys, come on.
Yeah, let's not bash. I don't bash
Yeah,
other
let's not do that.
creators.
It's the whole thing. I've let it go and let it go, but come on. I just don't want to talk about it in here.
Save Robbie's channel is great. Becky, I think you were asking. Save Robbie is a dog.
Yeah,
He's very
Save Robbie
funny.
is awesome. Can someone share Save Robbie's channel? Hey, husband.
Hello, there she is. Long time no talk.
I know.
Hey, Mr. Cher.
Howdy,
Very
howdy.
boy. I enjoyed that video that you put up, that YouTube video.
Well, thank you.
They do favor. They really favor those women, the women.
Hey, Kat. Go watch what?
Huh?
Hey,
Oh, Angela said she's watching. I didn't know what she was talking about. Yes, Nicola, I agree. But I don't have issues with Armchair Detective. I actually was just on his panel recently, and I would go on it again. I don't have any problems with Alan.
Oh, there's the link. Thanks, AJ.
Exactly, Jenny Mae. If you don't feel like you're being treated or respected over there, I guess, yeah, you just walk away. But okay, Cadle, we can bash. I've had personal dealings with Cadle. She's not cool. Mr. Shear doesn't really know much about Sherilyn Cadle right now.
I don't know what to believe with her because I was in that Facebook group and then I got angry and left when I found out about the plagiarism and all that. And then I decided, no, I'm going to go back in and I'm going to see what she's saying. And whomever in the chat said that about being booted, it was bad. So when I saw the link, the video that Dr. B did about her emailer, do you know what I'm talking about?
Is it the dream? The one with the dream emailing her?
Dr. B, the True Psych Ward, put up the video about someone that had emailed her that was her story, and she was real upset. Okay, that was one. So I thought, okay, everybody was wondering, where's the book? Where's the book? It's not out. It's not out. So I started posting, on her page, go to this. Dr. B's discussing this book, go to this, go to this, go to this. Well, I got banned. Imagine that. I got banned. So anyway, but AJ used to think he was bad. Yes, just discussing a case. Creators create.
Did he really? Armchair? Okay, well, I checked into that, and I think he was talking about a different Kim.
Oh yeah, he was not talking about Unjustified at all. He loved.
I heard that from other people too, and I went right to his team, and they responded very quickly. They're in support of Kim with Unjustified, as she's always been in support over there. So
yeah, he really supports Unjustified. He loves Kim.
They're talking about Kim Kaufman.
Yeah, and I will not say anything bad about Kim Kaufman. I am not saying anything bad about Kim Kaufman. I'm just telling you that is who AD is referring to. And, I was a little disappointed that he did that. And the main reason is because he's had such a hard time with that, as you all know. He has been through it, banned, bashed, lost his monetization, lost his super chat. And he's not bad. This happened over just little sentences. He can actually just say a name or say a word, and he gets mass reported and banned. And I think that's terribly wrong. And then he got on there and did the same thing, which he apologized for. He did come back on and say, I'm sorry. But then he comes back and does it again. I think he's just angry and upset. He's real passionate. He's passionate that Shanann is innocent. He is passionate that he wants to be the one to prove it and prove that there were other people involved. And I think that's just, his stance on things. And he has that right. There's nothing wrong with it. So, what can we do?
My problem is, and I don't even like to give him the time of day talking about him, but my issue is when I go in there and I ask relevant questions to his guests, not rudely, just asking questions like everyone should. When I get timed out and told that I need to back off his guests because I ask questions, that's with what I don't agree with him. That's one of the things. But
I don't like that.
I shouldn't be timed out for simply asking questions or because I don't agree with his theory or his opinion.
Right. I agree with that. They have done that to me, and I asked why, and they said that they like to keep the chat on subject, but it is distracting. I think distracts the chat. So I said, okay.
Asking questions is not distracting the chat. No. A bunch of BS. But
armchair psychologist, he did say Unjustified, but he was talking about the way that Unjustified was scammed, the way that the person did that, and that it was a terrible thing to do to her. That people have to research, and he wasn't saying that she didn't. She had talked to him. It's just that people are so out to hurt you. And there are, you would not believe, in this chat right now, I can probably look and pick out multiple trolls that are in here that are going to go to another channel and run their mouth and tell everything that was said and written. And it will be twisted. Words will be different, and he did say Unjustified, but I can promise you, I was in that chat. I even went to Patreon to listen, and he said nothing bad. Nothing bad.
So I couldn't find her what genre it was or whatever, but Sky put in the chat that it was true crime biographies is what her book falls under.
True crime biographies.
Yeah, I couldn't find it, but I did find a eBay selling of her book, and they're asking $250 for it.
Hey, that's the original,
I'm like, are you
right?
freaking kidding me?
I told you that is ridiculous. And I burnt
It
that
doesn't
shit
mean
down
they're
to
gonna
the
get
ground.
it, but that's what they're asking for. That's like asking $1 million for a Beanie Baby. It's like, really?
Right. That was a flop.
That's the original, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen it as high as $500.
I saw it for
And I don't even
500.
think it's signed, so not that
And
that would
another
matter.
in another place on Amazon, I saw it like for 800 or 1200. I mean, it really went up there. It was ridiculous, and it's just because of the trouble, and they're just wanting to get rid of it. And they're like, if you want it this bad enough to pay this much, you can pay for it. But it's probably because they took everybody from Kindle. But I was looking. I'm still trying to find it. Did you find it in the Kindle store? Did you actually look in the Kindle store?
No, it's only on Amazon right now.
Well, that is the Kindle store. Amazon is Kindle. Okay.
Oh, yeah,
that's where
it's like $3.99 or something like that right now.
yeah, that's where I got mine. I'm typing it in again. I couldn't find it. See, I had to scroll down under all the other books, the books that are actually, good and read and bought, and I didn't say
You
that.
should.
That was not
Hang
right.
on
That
to
was not right. I didn't. Sorry. I did not say that right. Okay, like the first one
Holy
you said.
shit.
What?
Nobody's paying that price for that book. Sorry. Yeah, I just opened your
No.
text, Megan. I'm like, no.
I know, I saw that. I was like, what the heck? That's crazy. Oh, this piece is crazy. But yeah, so it's something you mentioned earlier, Cher, you guys were talking about it, about how, I will say NK because I want to respect you and your channel. But
Well,
normally I
Nicole
say her full last name. But
well, that's not her name anymore. Nicole Kessler is
right.
not her name anymore.
Okay, yeah, so we can say it now, right?
Right.
That's so silly. But I mean, because they're public figures, why the hell we aren't allowed to say their names? Like, it's crappy that you're now in the public, but it happens.
Yeah.
That you guys were talking about how sorry, my chicken's on my lap. Hold on one second.
I was like, for a minute, I was wondering what that sound was.
Yeah, sorry, it wasn't me clucking. About her not coming out and falling off the face of the earth. It's interesting, based on my theory, because and I think I've told you this before, but in another orchestrated event, the mistress, or not the mistress, but the girlfriend was supposed to be should have been investigated, should have been questioned more. They had every reason to, considering she had a ton of money transferred to her right before everything happened, and well, she wasn't. And she also fell off the face of the earth, and never came out and gave a public statement. And no one ever came out and claimed to have known her, went to school with her, didn't like her. Nobody. There was like maybe like a couple pictures of her, like on with friends that came out from her like Facebook page or something, but then that was it. Like no one ever, not even to get like 15 minutes of fame and say, yeah, I know her, I know that the killer's a girlfriend. No, nothing, and she fell off the face of the earth. So it's like one of those characteristics that I noticed. So I just want to let you know that, to keep that in mind.
Morning, Robbie.
Hey, Robbie.
I see Sandra's
Hey,
growing
Hi,
her hair
Mr. Cher,
back.
by the way.
Yeah.
And
Sorry, I
hi
was
to
looking up.
everyone in the side chat who said hi to me. I can't type in there, but I saw it. Hi.
Can't type in there.
No, I can't type in the side chat. I'll get booted.
Why?
That's how it works on the phone.
Well,
I can. Oh, you're talking about the actual the actual chat, not in
yeah.
StreamYard?
Yeah.
Oh, see, you guys get booted. I don't get booted because I was just commenting in the chat just a little bit ago, and it keeps me connected. So I don't know.
we come
So
up with it.
I heard today, Megan, something I never heard before. I can't remember if you were in here or not, but apparently there's 2 phone calls from Nicole Kessinger to Ronnie Watts's phone, August 12th and 13th. Is this true? Do we have
I
this
did hear
in-
that, but I don't, where is that coming from though? Because I would think that if it was on her phone call records that, or phone bill, that we would have known about that a long time ago, right?
Right.
But I'm not sure. I hadn't heard that until you mentioned it earlier or said something about it.
But you've heard
I
that
know that,
before?
well, no, I haven't heard. Well, I did hear before that there was mention about her calling, was it I think it was the Watts. Yeah,
Mhm.
calling the Watts, but that was like a while ago, but I think that was like debunked a long time ago. So I'm not sure.
Just an NC number, not confirmed to be the Watts. Okay.
Right.
Is the number in Discovery? Or did they block out all the phone? No, they took all the phone numbers out, didn't they?
Yeah, they went back in and redacted everything. I mean, I know there are people that have the downloaded one before they started redacting it, which is still funny to me because it's like, okay, so a year and a half later, you guys are gonna start redacting the online discovery. Like we don't already have all the information already, made videos about it. There's screenshots of it in people's videos, so it's ridiculous. Which everything should have been redacted from the start. And to me, it's funny that Amanda Purcell says to Dr. B that she had to redact things before the personal information of people before she released it to Dr. B and her sister because for their protection, but yet they never did it when they first released the discovery in the first place. So, which is, one of the biggest red flags in this case, for sure.
This case is made of red flags.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Oh.
But I mean, if you think about it, like, why is this the only case that all this information was released? No one's personal information was redacted. You got body cam footage going into neighbors' homes, and I've said this before, but it's like I said, it's one of the biggest red flags, and it's something that people really need to think about because, how many thousands and thousands of people have watched this body cam footage, and now they know that what the setup of someone's home looks like, if they have security cameras, if they have a dog, how long their husband's in the basement for, how many hours a day, like that they just got back from vacation. Like, it's just not realistic. You can't just release that kind of personal information about people, especially minors like Nicholas Atkinson and, showing Madison Atkinson's face on the body cam footage. It's just, I mean, it states it right in the revised statutes that they have to redact parties involved personal information. There's even a letter from Shanann's friend in the discovery that says that she does not want the letter that she wrote to law enforcement or, any of her personal information getting out to the news or to the public, and they released it anyway. So, what's that tell you?
Wait, who said they don't want it in the public?
I don't remember her name. I read it like a long time ago, but it was a North Carolina friend.
Okay.
And she wrote a letter to law enforcement, and in the letter she states that she didn't, because she's married and has kids, and she doesn't want any attention brought on her because of it, and yet they released it in the discovery anyways. So yeah.
Yeah,
Like, even if all these people signed, like, agreed to it and said, yeah, that's fine, you can release it, but it doesn't matter because you still have to, it's still by law, you still have to redact information, just as Amanda Purcell told Dr. B. She has to do it, redact the information for the personal, protection. So, well, I could go into further, but I won't. But yes, one of the biggest red flags in this case for sure. And I haven't seen a lot of people questioning, which is kind of weird to me, because if you go and look up any other CBI case or any other, homicide case, you'll see that 99% of that discovery or case files are redacted. So why is this the only one that isn't?
Good question. Sorry.
And why is this the only one that has more holes in it and more questions and answers than ones where we didn't get all of this information and body cam footage and interviews and, you know, this supposed transparency, yet we're still here 2.5 years later trying to figure out what the heck happened. You know, especially since it's supposed to be open and shut case. And I made everybody silent. Yeah, you tell him, Rooster.
Like,
he knows where I'm coming from. He's like, oh gosh, he's on a rant again.
no death certificates. Is that, I've heard that. Is that true? That's weird. Like, do you guys think that's NK faking her death online too, by the way?
Do what?
Faking NK's death. I've seen a couple articles, like 4 different articles of Nicole Kessinger from that area dies right around the name change time.
I think that was just somebody messing around because she was changing her name.
Maybe her trying to get people talking, maybe like hoping
Yeah.
someone would pick that up and then everyone would run with it.
Yeah. I found it so strange that she was so freaked out and worried about the media. That was like her main thing. Me, media. You know, oh, I know this is going to, oh, well, I have a safe house to go to, you know, and then just off the face of the earth, you know. She does have some little friend defending her in Reddit. I think Plunder found her or somebody. I can't remember. And
I saw that, yeah.
the friend wasn't overly forthcoming and didn't elaborate, and it was just short. Really.
Well, it's interesting. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay. No, it's interesting because even the moderator on there, if it's the same person I think you're referring to, even the moderator on the Reddit community said that even though it says verified, she pretty much said take it with a grain of salt. You can believe it or you cannot believe it. So I don't know. I just found that interesting.
Right. Because there was no real information. I mean, it was just such short and indecisive answers, and it just made no sense. So she said that she didn't go to court. She said that she wasn't there. Let's see. What else did she say she said? I don't know. I hate hearsay. I like to read it for myself. So I hadn't had time to go to those links, and I want to do so. What cut me off was I was going to look at this book again to see if it's the one I read that was ridiculous. And it's free on Kindle if you're a Prime member. Chris Watts does not exist. You have been fooled by fake news. That is the name of the book. And that is what it's about. And we know better. So whoever wrote that, I gave them a very, very nasty review. Sandra's trying to sleep. She wants us to be quiet. Sweet Sandra.
Yeah, I know I wouldn't necessarily call it a book per se. It's not really a book.
No.
But you're talking about the one where it's calling it a conspiracy and stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So the problem with that is it makes someone like myself look bad.
It's ridiculous.
As a conspiracy theorist, because there's a couple of things I noticed in that short flip book. I don't know what to call it. That,
it's even written
that
weird.
She got information wrong, which makes someone like myself look bad because she didn't fully investigate what she put out. So, for instance, there's a photo in there, and she mentions how something about the funeral, how they were only like 2 people were carrying the coffin, but and saying that it was like, coffins are heavy, so how is that possible? I'm pretty sure that they were like roll coffins, like they were like
Yeah.
So
it
like
was.
something like that is
Oh
feels like
yeah,
it'd be
that
really
it
good.
was
And then
it was ridiculous. I mean, I read it. I'm right there with you, and it does not make you look like a fool. It makes that person look like a fool because obviously they did no research at all whatsoever.
yeah,
Somebody
there's
says they don't want to dox the one that we were talking about on Reddit. She thinks that's actually NK or somebody very close to her.
Hmm.
In the way they spoke, I kind of wondered if it was her dad at one point. You know, just because of what she showed that they said. I was like, they were talking about, well, her dad didn't want this. Well, how does she know how her dad felt? You know, so I don't know. But somebody's talking on Reddit.
yeah, I would definitely take everything with a grain of salt on Reddit for sure.
So I saw nothing. She had an old account. What is that real old chat that we MySpace? Let's see, is it MySpace?
Mr. Share had to go back to work, guys.
Aw, have
Boo.
a good day, Mr. Share. Have a good day.
Bye, Mr. Share. Have a good day at work.
Hey,
I'm not
Katia.
here to say one.
Hey, Angelina. Amanda. Hey, Jen.
That's so funny. Angelina?
I have
How would you
to.
say her name?
Snooky. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'll have to finish reading the letters. I only read the one.
The letter
I should read now.
to whom? Which letter are we talking about?
Oh, I think it's, I don't know if it's one of the first, but you can tell. I even think the way he's talking, you can tell she was originally supposed to write about him finding God in prison, and with the way he wrote the letter, I can tell that's how the book was supposed to go with what he's saying. But again, he distanced himself. He says in there, I can't remember the exact wording because I read it quick and then put the stream up, but it was like the darkness took my family. Like I want to get it out there because it's quick for darkness to creep up and take my family, or however he said it. But you can tell how the first book was supposed to go. I can totally see that it was supposed to be about religion more than anything.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah,
want me to find that
I guess they're
sentence?
both manipulating each other. You can tell from the letter. I think actually seeing the letter is a little bit interesting, but I got to read the other letters too.
Jenny May is asking, do you want her to post the rest?
Yeah, you can. Yep. Hey, Cotton Candy. Hey, Roxy Roller.
Yes, Tina, she does have a sister.
So wait,
Okay.
wasn't Tanya saying yesterday that this new book has a lot of like grammatical errors and stuff in it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So she didn't even like she had all this time to fix it and she didn't even fix those.
That's right.
That's crazy. That's my pet peeve too is wow.
I barely started before I went to went to sleep. I crashed. Like I said, I was going to speed read it and have all this stuff done, and I crashed. But it's not a family annihilator anymore. She put in there familial killer or familial murder. Or I'll have to look at it to see how she put it. I was like, huh?
Okay.
It's not even a family annihilator now. It's a familia.
Now she's just making up stuff or what?
Yeah.
No, it's just it's just a different word than everybody else has used. I guess she really wants to be certain she doesn't use another word. Angels and demons. Oh yeah, I like that. Armchair psychologist. I liked angels and demons.
It's hard for me to kind of discuss a lot of this case just based on my theory, just because I think everything's BS. But I don't trust anybody in this case.
Right. That's the point where I'm kind of at too. Where now, after what just happened, I feel like everyone is suspect as fuck.
I mean, yeah, think about it. Like, really, go ahead.
Everybody. I mean, like every single person that's involved, like from her parents to his parents to the dogs. Like, I'm sorry, but everybody's suspect.
Even Dieter, I know, right?
Dieter
Poor
was,
Dieter.
yeah.
Oh, poor little Dieter.
I know. He's one of
He's
those.
so cute.
He's one of those unwilling, unknowing victims, I like to call it.
Oh, I wish he could talk.
Right.
I wish he could talk.
But I mean, like, seriously, we're led to believe that Chris Watts is this. Oops, I said it. Sorry. And it's still his name, I guess. Sorry. Just bleep it out. Bleep it out. But we're led to believe that he's this just monster, this just horrific person that killed his entire family with his bare hands, and yet he's just like, oh hey guys, you put me away, but yeah, sure, I'll talk about macaroni and cheese and milk and how it was good and not good and just how I killed my entire family because I didn't tell you the truth the first time. Sure, I'll tell you. Sure, you can take a picture of me. Yeah, I believe you that you're not going to release it to the public. Yeah, take a picture of me in this computer room with wires and everything around. Like, it's just ridiculous. And then he comes out and he's got, supposedly 15 seconds or whatever to say whatever he wants to the public. And he's like, oh, don't watch this certain channel creator. It's like, come on. Like, are you like, now they're just getting ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's been ridiculous, but now it's like really ridiculous. Like, why would this, evil, like, just piece of shit, like, family annihilator give two shits about what some channel creator on social media thinks? You see what I'm saying? It's really ridiculous when you think about it.
Yeah, I don't know much, about all of that, at all. I don't know how things come about or why or what. You just hope in the end that the truth comes out and the truth prevails and we're all good to, everybody, we're good to each other. I saw something. Oh yeah, somebody else caught the familia thing. I thought the familia was a typo when I first saw it, but then I saw it several more times. Did you see it more than that? I'm trying to find who said it.
I believe that we are coded as like
ATF is blue, yay! ATF, Angelina ATF she got her wrench back. She's blue. Her wrench was gone, I think.
Oh, good. She's like, yay. Someone told me that, is this true that, well, you have KK's channel, Twin Peaks #2, that her channel is Revelation and the Reckoning, but then also Dylan and Chrissy's book is Revelations and the Reckoning 2 or something. Is that true? The one that he supposedly wrote with Chris in prison, even though he's like moves around like quicker than he changes his underwear, but they were able to write a book together for 6 months. But that book, do you guys know what it's called?
What I understood, which AD has a picture, I think, of the title, and I don't know what's true and what's not, but I do know that Dylan was writing a book, and I think that Chris wanted to contribute to some religious aspects in the book, and I think he wanted to remain anonymous. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I understood, was that he wanted to contribute something in a religious nature and share, just share with he writes beautifully. If any of you have not heard some of his writings, it's amazing. I mean, AD read something and it was like I felt like I had been to church. I mean, it was beautiful. And I know people say, oh, everybody finds God when they go to jail. Well, they have a lot of time to think. And some of them are fake and some of them do use it. But if you're in there forever and you have nothing else and you truly do turn your life around, I can respect that. I think anybody can change. I think everyone deserves a second chance. But he does write beautifully. I mean, it blew my mind. I can't write. I have no
That's good.
creativity, none
Maybe he should
whatsoever.
hook up with Cheryl and Cadle should hook up with him and get some tips from him then.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe that's why she published his letters.
She has a thing for writing books
Yeah.
about inmates, so maybe she could write a book about him and get some tips from him.
I think I think that she's writing. She's talking to a couple more inmates now, and I think she's got some more books coming out on them later. I think that's what I understood. Maybe, who knows? I wish anybody, all the luck in the world. If in their endeavors, if they're going to do something and do it properly. So if she does it and she's going to do it, I wish her luck. I'm pretty neutral.
It's very humble of you.
I try to be fair, and it's just, well, I just try to be fair, and I hope I can always be that way. Now, when I get mad, I'm as good as anybody. I'm as bad as anybody else, and I have my southern temper, and it will come out. And
we can tell.
But so will my southern slang. My southern slang will come out when I get angry. But
I know,
I don't know.
You and Kim would be like, I don't know, if someone if you guys started yelling at me or you guys were mad at me for something, I don't know if I could take you seriously or not, because you guys just have this cute little sweet accent. So it's like, is she mad at me, or is she just did she just stub her toe or something?
Oh, well, thank you.
Welcome, Queen Moomin. Thank you.
That. Oh, Jenny Mae, yes. Believe nothing anymore. It is hard. It is so hard to believe. Psychologist.
And
Yeah,
really
I read
quick, guys, I'm putting some of you were there the other night, what I did for Angela. I'm not sure if this will work or not. Let me see. If you guys remember Angela Cannon, she is a woman that Tanya and I are currently writing a book for and doing a book project for, and her 20-year-old daughter and 4-year-old grandson were brutally murdered just about a year ago. Domestic violence situation. And yeah, it's very bad. There's some stuff about it on my channel. And again, Tanya and I are doing a book with her. And she also had to clean up the crime scene. I know we've all been talking a lot about that. She had to clean up after the murders. So Alyssa and Braden, Jory Worthen was on the FBI's top 15 most wanted. He brutally beat them with a baseball bat, and the son was not Jory's, so he was very jealous of the 4-year-old boy that Alyssa had. And yeah, so he was actually just arrested, and she's going through the courts. They're putting death penalty on the table. But I've been sending her PayPal donations because right now she's currently not getting her disability payments, are being held right now, and she just isn't mentally able to go back to work right now. This all happened less than a year ago, so she's going through a lot, plus the trials and facing him and everything. So if anyone feels like sending her a donation to my PayPal, I make sure it gets right to her.
Oh yeah, I was curious to what was going on with that. So it is going to trial?
Yes, it's going to trial because he had already wrote a letter when he left. He tried to keep police off of catching him.
To make it look like he was deceased, right?
Yep. He said that he loved them and she was breaking up with him. She had tried to break up with him 3 times. And so, yeah, it was really bad. And yeah, he was moving and he told work, he put in a 2-week notice at work and wanted to move to, I believe, where he was actually caught. And he wrote a letter saying he killed himself and that he was sorry, but really he was hiding out. And the name, the alias he was using happened to be the street where the murders happened and everything. Almost like a trophy. Yeah, he was, Oh, just disturbing. He used Alyssa's phone for 2 days texting Angela pretending to be Alyssa for 2 days to keep her off from finding her daughter.
Oh my God.
That's crazy. I don't know. I saw it was weird because after you guys were talking about it on your one live about the, who cleans up these, gruesome crime scenes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a video that came up on my recommended videos, and it was I forgot the exact title, but something about who cleans crime scenes or something like that. I think I could find it again, but and send it to you. But yeah.
What is wrong with these
that would just be
people?
terrible. That would be, and there's got to be some sort of like company or something that, I mean, like
She's actually willing
it was
to
an
forgive.
investigation, right? So why wouldn't the crime unit be
Yeah.
responsible for it or something?
Unfortunately, it happens because the other case I dig in, the Christian Anadrakio.
Yeah, or maybe that's the
also
one you guys
his
were talking
family.
about. I can.
Yep. Also, his family had to clean up his murder after his murder, and it's just, ugh.
Wrong. That
Hey,
is
Renee.
wrong.
But
Yeah,
if
very
it's ruled
wrong.
a suicide, I could see that there'd be no like really investigation. But when there is an investigation, wouldn't the crime scene unit or some sort of
Yes.
unit come and take care of that? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would think, but I guess that it's up to them to pay for that. And honestly, there's not always going to be families that can afford to pay for that.
That would have to come out of like the victims funding, right? The victims funding for their therapy or for, cleanup, and they would bring in companies. I don't know if Serpro would do that. It'd have to be somebody that has, hazmat or something for that blood, With Christian, that Christian guy, I don't think he shot himself. I think he was
No,
moved.
absolutely.
There is no way that a left-handed person could shoot himself with a 45 caliber handgun, and not blow a hole out in the tub. It's not going to happen.
yeah, that's a pretty big.
And
gun
he would
there.
have to have the marks on his left hand, and with all the blood spatter in the hall, something is definitely not right with that case.
Yeah, I definitely need to do the challenge share that you posted on your channel, because
Yes.
already I'm already suspicious of that case.
Yeah.
And,
There
based
is
on
ties to the police department too. There is. His family knows it too. And now there's all of a sudden a $47 lawsuit from who I am going to say is the murderers against Christian's family. It's just so wrong and so set up, and it's bad.
My question is who would be, I guess maybe you just answered it for me, but who would be the one to benefit most from this murder happening, if it was a murder, like follow the money, so I'd be interested to know that, if it was the lawsuit thing or the see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, who's benefiting the most from it, and who's benefiting from saying it's a suicide and not, or so soon as well.
Who's on the panel? Rose, Megan, and me. Yeah. The companies are just way too much money. So I've just been trying to help her how I can around the holidays. So, and I know I did a stream. You guys were great with the donations the other night. Thank you again so much for that. She was just in tears.
So
yeah.
okay, so was it Whitley? Is that her name?
Whitley Goodman.
Yeah.
Whitley Goodman and Dylan, I can't remember his last name. Yeah, I can't remember his last name, but Whitley Goodman was, his whatever girlfriend, I guess. And he was actually there to basically kick her out of his apartment and take his BMW back from her. And then that's when he decided to all of a sudden commit suicide.
Because when I did look into it a little bit, whenever you first had mentioned it, I heard something about don't know, something similar to like how Casey Anthony was. It was like she just kept giving the FBI or whatever police law enforcement the runaround, and then she
Mhm.
ended up having like or lying and saying that her phone wasn't in her purse when she was at the police station, but it really was or something. Is that sound familiar?
Yeah, but the thing is Whitley is got way more. There's actually like personal ties. There's people in that police department and around there that have a soft spot for Whitley for whatever reason. And it's been tied all the way back to her mother, actually. It, yeah. So the guy who decided in 45 minutes, mind you, of an investigation to shut it down and just put it as a suicide actually lived in the same apartment building with Whitley and Christian,
Huh.
which I also
that's
find very interesting, and is
So,
no longer working there. Yeah.
and you said that his family did have an autopsy done, you said?
Yes. And
Okay,
also,
and then
yeah,
what?
there's two different, they paid with their own money to get it, other people, and there's a really famous medical examiner who looked into it. He, like I said, he did the Boston bombings, the SARS outbreak from like the 90s or whenever that was. And he said Christian was dead for 4 hours before the 911 call. So the stories aren't matching up, and that he didn't die how he was because there's blood pooled up in his leg a way that it shouldn't be. And yeah, there's also a bloody knife that was found in evidence that it was brought to the police station. Bloody knife disappeared out of
So
police
they did
evidence.
collect evidence
Mysteriously.
then,
Yes, and
even though they ruled it a
mysteriously it's
suicide?
gone. Yeah.
And the bloody shirt, wasn't there a
Bloody
shirt?
shirt stuck behind the toilet, yeah. But because the family has to clean up the crime scene, they say the family planted things. Which is
Nice.
why they are able to do the lawsuit against the family. But there's warrants out for them, but there's just nothing to charge them with right now because the police
who-
department there won't change it from a suicide, but two other medical examiners are saying it's a homicide.
Looks like they could do something that's insane. How did the blood get in the hall? I mean, what are they saying? How did the blood get in the hall? Are they saying that this man shot himself in the head and
Yeah,
then
right.
stumbled to the bathroom and fell?
Right.
Was there a bullet hole in the wall in the hall or the ceiling or the?
No.
Well, they're full
Wait, so
of
there's no
shit.
bullet? Do we have a missing bullet?
No, there's bullet.
Uh,
There was a bullet or something, but it doesn't add up how it says. Plus, he is left-handed Christian, and he's shot in his right temple,
Yeah, that's weird.
and the gun is found wedged between his thigh, his left thigh, on the outside of the tub, between the tub base and his left thigh. So again, he's left-handed, and the shot was
So he's
through the
gonna
right
pull.
side of his
He's gonna
head.
pull the. He's gonna pull the gun over his head and try to twist it around in front of his face to shoot himself in the right. That's weird. No, I
Yeah,
don't
that
think
sounds
that,
like
I
one
don't
of
think
those
that's
like
gonna
those
happen.
that people that are associated with Hillary Clinton and they end up committing suicide, yet they were able to zip up a duffel bag and still
Mhm.
somehow after the fact, after they shot himself, and still zip themselves up in a duffel bag. But yeah, it sounds like suicide to me. Said no one.
Mhm. Right.
Ever no. I lost my
Well,
best friend to
yeah.
suicide years
I'm
ago.
sorry.
And well, thank you. It's hard. Every year I hate fall. We grew up together, and he was killed, and they ruled it a suicide so fast, and it was a little small town. You couldn't get them to open it up for anything, to change anything. A little bitty suicide note written on a receipt, not in his handwriting. These small town, it just burns
It's like
me
they
up.
don't even want to bother with it. It's like it's not important enough.
Exactly.
Hey,
Because it's gonna.
Stan. Love you. Hope your dog feels better soon.
Have they made like
Renee.
any attempt to Christian's family? Have they made any attempt to like make have they made a hype about it? Gone to any like media?
Yeah, they've
independent
done
media
everything
sources,
they
or
can. Yeah, but it just keeps dying down. It's a story for a little bit, then it keeps dying down, and that's not what she wants. She wants the story to keep going because
Well,
it's murder.
we need
There's
to
no
get
way
it
that's
out there.
suicide.
What can we do to get it out there? just start doing shows?
Keep talking about
or-
it and get as many people. That's why I did the challenge, because within this family, there's so many of us with this platform, and if everyone will do a little bit, like I said, take 15 minutes away from Chris Watts and look into it. And if you're not hooked, then I don't know what to tell you, but just talk about it. Share it around, talk about it. That's the best way I feel like we can help, is we need more mouths talking about this case, because it's not right. There can be a change made. There's 2 murderers walking around free. And this is a case that can actually, there
Be
could be a
solved.
difference made. Yes.
Right. Renee New. Hi there. No, I am not Kim. I don't know where she's from. I think she said she was from Colorado at one time. I don't know, but I am
No,
not
it's
Kim.
not Kim from Unjustified.
No, Kim is. I'm not Kim from Unjustified, and I'm not Kim Kaufman from Dislikes. She's out of town, I think, for family things. She's not banned from YouTube. She's just out of town.
Yes, Dylan and Whitley are childhood friends. They grew up together. And so that's another interesting thing, why Dylan would be the one who went to pick up Christian, because Christian and Dylan weren't friends. It was Whitley and Dylan who were friends. They grew up together. They were linked romantically. That's one of the things Christian hated, was that he was always over there. They did drugs together. She was riding around with people in his BMW. Like, it just, no. And then Dylan goes home to kick his girlfriend out so that he could go right back to work. Told work, I'll be right back. I'm just going to put my personal life in order real quick. He didn't commit suicide. And then Dylan goes to the bank to take all his money out of his bank account. Nobody thinks that's wrong. What?
That would throw up some red flags for me or any. And I'm
How
a
is he not
layman.
in jail? Like, I just don't understand. How is that kid not in jail?
I don't know. If I drove down the road and sped, I would get a parking ticket. So I mean a speeding ticket. So I don't know how people would get away with things that they get away with. It just blows my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the reason
Blows
why I
my
was
mind.
asking if they had made a big fuss about it, because there's that one case that I made a video about that Rourke, covered, and the Tom and Ashley Fallis case, where he was a correctional officer in Well County, and she ended up, well, they immediately ruled it, like after like a day or something, a suicide, even though there was conflicting stories from witnesses. I mean, not conflicting, but stories from witnesses saying that he heard that him saying, I shot my wife. Anyways, there was a lot of holes in it, and they just after a week ruled it a suicide. And Ashley Fallis's parents ended up finding I don't know if it was an independent news reporter, but somewhere in Colorado, and they ended up getting on was it Dateline or something? I don't know. So they made a big fuss about it and just kept pushing and pushing, and finally Rourke had to address the situation and finally indicted him. But then, of course, there's controversy over that, because Rourke ended up just totally botching the trial, and he barely called maybe 1 or 2 witnesses on the stand. But anyway, my point is that they made a big deal about it, and just kept pushing. So that's why I asked that, if they were going to different news outlets and stuff like that to get the story out there.
Have they been on any major news outlets, Cher? Have they called Dr. Phil?
I'm not sure about what all outlets. I know they did a lot of podcasts. I know they've been on like local news places and stuff. There's quite a bit out there. Oh, they were on True Crime Daily or something. I think that's what it's called, True Crime Daily.
Yeah. Whitley likely had relations with cops. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm just reading as I go. That's something to think about there. Oh, you know what? It's the one that asked about if I was where Kim was from. If she was talking about Kim, I didn't think about it. Isn't she from Alabama originally?
I can't remember.
I I think she said she was. Yes, I'm from Alabama. So if that is what they were talking about, I am from Alabama. So that
I
would
think
make
she's in
sense.
Florida now. She's hiding out in Florida.
This part. Okay, I'm still reading. I'm sorry I just jumped on your live. I just saw your stream and I saw the chat and I was like, well, I can answer a few of these things.
No, thanks for being here. I really enjoyed talking to you. Share. So Shan's been doing her spirit ghost box. I always call it spirit box. She calls it ghost box. And my voice keeps coming through on it. And I'm like, and I thought she was that one day. I thought she was messing with me because she's like, when I came back into the chat, she's like, yeah, we heard you on the ghost box. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, get out of here, you know. And then like all of a sudden I hear my voice and I'm like, okay, that's messed up. What is going on here? And then we keep hearing your voice. I'm like, what? That's weird.
That is weird. I know every time she was doing it lately, that's all I hear is your voice, and it's super creepy. Like, why is it using our voices, damn it? Shan will be on Wednesday nights. She's gonna be my Wednesday night co-host with Amber Alerts and Megan J.
Oh, that's
Yeah, she'll be
awesome.
good. They'll be good hosts, co-hosts.
The brother took pics of the scene before he cleaned. Yes, he did. Very smart of the family, but it's also being used against them, which is bullshit.
Of course.
So I forgot I was going
Why
to
do you
ask
think
you.
they make, that's a good thought. Why do they make them do it? So they can use it against them.
Right. I know.
Double-edged sword right there.
That's just crazy that they would rule it a suicide within 45 minutes. That's insane. Is that where is this again, Cher? What county or city?
Mississippi. I can't remember the name.
I know, sad.
Is it a smaller town, or is it?
Yeah, small town Mississippi. Yep.
Are they
said
known for corruption?
Yes, they are. Yes, there's a lot of suicides there actually that aren't adding up. Yes.
Huh. Well, I'm just wondering, like, because you said you think they might be covering for Whitley, but
Yeah.
I'm just wondering why would they risk
$47 million.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just saying, well, is it for the $47 or is it to protect her? So the $47 or the $47,
I think it's
47 million
both.
would make more sense than protecting just some
I think it's both.
chick that
Yeah.
you know that has ties to them. Like I couldn't see them risking their jobs and such for her, but I could see the 47 million. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, that one person who ruled it a suicide is actually no longer there. He was either fired or quit.
That's the one that lived in the same.
Yeah, same apartment building. Yep.
So if he's gone, then why aren't they? You know, if he's the one that was controlling the
Right.
everything behind the scenes, I don't know. Yeah, I'll definitely have to look into that.
Yeah.
Another one I want to look into is that Nova Scotia shooting that I'm going to start probably covering. I won't be able to do it probably on YouTube. I could probably do it on DLive, but I don't know if Mr. Shares mentioned it to you or not, or have you heard of it?
No, not yet.
It's that I think it happened in 2019. Someone in chat can probably correct me on that, but it happened and it was like I don't remember how many people he allegedly killed, but he ended up spending like $33,000 of his own money or something to get like a RM, what do they call it? RMTPs there, like a police car, and disguising it and getting all this like uniform or whatever. But it's very suspicious to me, and so that's what I want to start covering next. But yeah, it's crazy. Oh, but that's what I guess right after that is when Trudeau took away like their bump stocks or their automatic weapons or something. So
yeah, there was no investigation. 45 minutes and he said shut it down, it's a suicide.
So I don't get how that works. If they got 2 different autopsies done and they're both saying that, which is good because they're getting 2 different opinions. If they're saying they both said that it was not a suicide, then how do they take the next step from saying, hello, look, these you know, 2 pathologists or coroners are saying that it's not. So who do they go to if, you know, if the whole
Yeah, I don't
town,
get
you know,
it
if the whole
either.
law enforcement in that little town's corrupt, then what do you do? It's like,
Right. I've had people reach out and tell me that they are from there and that they are known to be corrupt. Bye, Tina. Thanks for hanging with us, Tina Bean.
but I mean, like, who is above them? Who is above that department that they can go to say, look at this evidence that we're showing you, something's not right. Because obviously they can't go to the ones that, you know, that ruled it a suicide right off the bat, because, I mean, they're just not going to get anywhere with that. So I'd be curious to know how, you know, who they could go to.
That's a good question. I know the mom's been trying everything. Yeah, it's still, or I'm not sure what case you're talking about, but it is an open case. It's not a closed case. She
No, she's
claims
saying
it
she
is.
must open the
Brittany
case.
claims
They
it is.
must open it, I think they're saying. Jenny's saying.
Right, the bullet hole did not line up. It didn't. No. I believe he was stabbed before even getting in. Not only that, but the 911 call, 2 different medical examiners say was 4 hours. What did they do in that 4 hours? No, it just doesn't add up whatsoever.
So I guess that's why I'm confused. If there was obviously some sort of like investigation done, if they collected the knife and the you know what I mean? No.
They didn't collect that. The family did when they went.
Oh, okay.
And they brought it right to the police station.
Oh, and then now it's gone.
Now it's gone.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So, and the gunshot wound, was it, where was that?
Right side of his head, but he's left-handed.
Yeah, that's strange. People that commit suicide usually use their dominant hand, because why would you, you know, that just doesn't make any sense. Unless they're ambidextrous. But even then. See, I learned that from SpongeBob, so you can learn things from cartoons. I didn't know what ambidextrous was until then. It's funny. All right,
Well,
girls.
guys,
Well, I'm probably
it's been
gonna
good
get off here
hanging.
because I gotta get some stuff done.
Yeah, me too. I'm about to close this down, but again, if you want to make a donation to Angela, my payment stuff is in the about section. I will get it to her. And also the memberships now on the channel, guys. Thanks, Jenny May. I can't see who else joined. Yep. I kicked myself out trying to say goodbye. That's funny. But thanks for hanging, guys. Love you guys. And don't forget Mr. Shares live at 7 Central tonight to go over more. We'll show some more like of actual text messages and behind the scenes stuff that we were getting over the month from that Josh kid and that scammer. We'll show that tonight on Mr. Shares. So I'm sure whatever you want to discuss, but a lot of it will be showing kind of the interaction we had with Josh over the months until he actually popped up on the live, because he was actually supposed to do 2 other lives he planned with us. And we just never scheduled the lives because we're like, well, if he doesn't show, we didn't want to get everyone hyped up. And so, yeah, and then he demanded that she did that video right before we did that live on Friday. So that was really weird too. So yeah, just craziness. But hopefully we will see you guys on Mr. Shares at 7 Central. And oh, Queen Moomin, thanks for becoming a member, hun. And Rosebud, thanks for joining the panel. Good talking to you. I'll be live tomorrow night with Shan. Hopefully Amber Alerts, probably Megan J again, whoever wants to chat. We'll do some Spirit Box, I think, tomorrow night. Right, Shan? Yeah, the chat was pretty good too. Everyone was being pretty nice. So thank you. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Weirdo. Love you.